Hayward, Wisconsin. Home to lumberjacks. Big fish. Even bigger fish. And in the winter, skiing. Most just participate in normal skiing. An elite few giant ski.
2, 1, go!
Those who giant ski do so boldly, bravely, even awkwardly, but with an intensity and athleticism unmatched in the sporting world. I'm Dan Yankoviak here in Hayward, Wisconsin, and I want to introduce you to the world of giant ski and the most dominant sports dynasty you've never heard of. There may be an important question still on your mind. What the heck is giant ski?
Giant ski is giant-sized, fun for all. We put teams of 6 up against each other head-to-head, and they race up snowy, lit-up Main Street on 25-foot giant skis. It is so much fun to watch.
Giant ski is one of these crazy and unique Hayward things. A bunch of people from town really get into it, and it's something that I've come to enjoy year after year.
Many people consider giant ski to be extremely more challenging than cross-country skiing itself. About 6 times more challenging than cross-country skiing.
All right, the American Birkebeiner is a marathon. It's a huge endurance event. The giant ski is an absolute sprint. It's intense, it's fast, it brings out intense competitors, and that's why the giant ski is amazing.
Most teams participate as like an office bonding thing, or their best friends are with and they train. They really do it for the costume aspect. We have a costume contest now. It's so much fun. Everybody really has a great time. And then we have the Nimrods.
The Nimrods. A larger-than-life team, even for this larger-than-life sport. Brash, confident, some would even say cocky, but they are quick to remind anyone that they are 4-time champions.
For the Nimrod Butter Falcons, 4-time giant ski champions!
I came to Hayward to interview the Nimrods. I was lucky enough to get an invite to one of their practices.
Nimrod practice day, taking you guys behind the scenes. Here we go.
The location of the practice was supposed to be a secret. They wanted me to say that it definitely was not Hatchery Creek Park.
Good. Ready?
This is a tight-knit group, bonded together by their past success and a burning desire to stay on top of their sport. You may have noticed that only 5 of the 6 team members were present at this practice. Newest member Scott Toshner was missing. More on that later. The Nimrods practice hard, although their methods may seem unconventional to many. Giant ski is all about being in sync, and the Nimrods strive for that in all aspects of their life.
Left. Right. Balance, Peter. Balance. Let's see what you got, Kujala.
They prepare for all possible circumstances
Okay, I guess you're good.
and seemed ready for the challenges that lie ahead. I wanted to understand the origins of the Nimrods, and as I traveled around Hayward, it was clear that it all began with one man.
Rick Peters is both the peanut butter and the jelly in the Nimrod sandwich.
Rick is a homegrown talent. He's a bit of a local legend in these parts, and many say that he was actually born with musky slime in his veins, and that he never drank milk as a kid, but famous Dave's barbecue sauce instead.
I mean, and then we have Rick Peters. I mean, he is the Jesse Diggins, the Bill Koch of the giant ski. He's a legend, a Hayward boy, born and bred, and let me tell you what, he leads the way.
I sat down with Rick to find out how it all began. Rick, what inspired you to start the Nimrod's giant ski team?
So a number of years ago, I took one of those online DNA tests, and it showed that I'm largely Scandinavian, and it also showed that I have the body mass of an elite athlete. And I thought, there's got to be other people like me in this community. And I thought, how can I get those folks, and how can we do something important? And really what it came down to is the only thing is giant ski.
Tell me about the team name. What is a Nimrod?
Well, Nimrod actually means skillful hunter, but it's really anyone that's good in the outdoors, and that describes every member of our team. I think now, though, we've redefined it. Nimrod means winner.
The Nimrods have now won 4 giant ski championships. Did you expect the level of success you've achieved?
We've got the talent, we've got the dedication, but it's really been magical, Dan. There's no other way to describe it.
Get ready to meet the rest of the Nimrods. In first position, the legendary Jimmy Kajala. Jimmy, you've been with the Nimrod since the start. I'm sure you have a lot of great stories from over the years. Jimmy, you've been recognized as one of the most physically gifted and technically sound skiers in all of giant ski, and yet people don't know much about you.
You should follow him on Instagram. We post a lot of great content for all of our fans.
And of course, you're Jessica Kajala, Jimmy's wife. What's your role with the Nimrods?
I'm just going to take this. Well, our Giant Ski family's been growing over the years. We're up to 15,000 followers these days.
Man, a few words, huh, Jimmy?
Yeah, he's Finnish. His favorite joke is, there was once a Finnish man who loved his wife so much that he almost told her.
In second position, Max Wolter, often considered the coach of the Nimrods. So you've worn a lot of hats for this team, as a skier, a coach, and even an analyst. Tell us about your work using statistics to take this team to the next level.
You know, it was amazing that when we entered the sport, there were no advanced statistics for giant ski, which is why I invented giant ski barometrics.
Giant ski barometrics?
Yeah, we're talking about things like fast, final acceleration sprint time, or quick, quantifiable weather-independent kinetics. I mean, obviously these are like super well-known now, but you know, this all started with the Nimrods. We were the first to be putting these into practice.
These sound complex. What do they mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess they're kind of just different ways of saying how fast we're going, but you know, we were the first ones to be doing that, and I think that's really given us a huge edge in a sport where you just want to go fast.
What? Giant ski barometrics? No, that's not a thing, really.
And as a coach, I hear you assign books for team members to read.
Yeah, you know, I do like to borrow sometimes from some of my colleagues in the pantheon of great coaches. So the book thing was something I borrowed from Phil Jackson. But, you know, that was after I gave him the idea for the triangle offense, which, you know, we initially developed for giant ski, but we could not make the geometry work out for skiing. So, you know, it's a real give and take.
So this is the book that Max assigned me last year. It helped, I think.
This is a Kenmore microwave oven manual. It was a real mind bender why I got it at first, but as I read through it, I started to see the parallels between how microwaves work and the giant ski dynamics, how everything sort of gets hot at the same time and things just kind of work together. And it was with that understanding that I was really able to apply the principles of this to our giant ski.
Okay, yeah, so here's the thing with that one. Amazon screwed up the order and sent Paul the wrong thing, but he seems to be getting something out of it, so we're just going to go with it.
So this is the book that Max assigned to me, but yeah, this shit, I'm not reading that. But then I found out my girl Judge Judy writes books, and I tell you what, that piqued my interest. But I started thinking, books suck.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, I just wasn't exactly sure what Jimmy's reading level was, so kind of playing it a little safe on that one.
I got this. It's pretty steamy. I don't know what it has to do with skiing.
I don't know, it seemed like a fun read. Maybe he just needs to chill out a little bit.
In third position, the always controversial Aaron Kashanga.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Expecting it to be Ice Mountain, and
So Aaron, you've been called the bad boy of giant ski. Do you think that name is deserved?
If I called you a little bitch, do you think that's deserved?
Whoa.
Nah, I'm just busting your balls, man.
So you got in a little trouble recently within the giant ski community when an old photo of you surfaced. Can we talk about that?
Oh yeah, you would bring that up. Yeah, I got canceled. Giant Ski Twitter overreacting again.
Do you want to talk about what was happening when that photo was taken?
Now, see, you got to understand, there's a lot of things going on back then, and you know, everybody was trying out the little skis, and yeah, I tried it, but once. I tried it one time. I've only been on giant skis since that day.
We all stand with Aaron. He made a tiny mistake. Literally, he got caught on a tiny pair of skis.
And you know, Aaron's situation, super unfortunate. Of course, we support skis of all sizes, but he should really know better.
You know, obviously, it's really embarrassing for Aaron to be seen on such a tiny pair of skis, but we don't ask our skiers to be perfect. We just ask them to be fast.
We started the hashtag Tiny Skis Have No Home Here to support Aaron.
Do you want to apologize to anyone for your actions?
Nah, I'll let my skiing do the talking.
In fourth position, Paul Segan, considered to be one of the savviest to ever put on skis.
Care for an ice mountain, Dan?
Sure, I'll take one.
Even a second, maybe?
Okay. So Paul, you were the teammate that was the quickest to embrace being sponsored. Were there a lot of companies in the running for sponsorship?
Oh, we actually shopped a lot of sponsorships. We looked at American Family Insurance, GU, Adidas. Swix was even in the running too. We were actually really close to locking in a deal with the quilt shop that my aunt owns. But the negotiations fell apart at the end.
Ultimately, you ended up making a deal with Ice Mountain Bottled Water. How did that come about?
Oh, they just walked up to us about 20 minutes before the race and asked us if we'd wear their stuff.
And you said yes?
Absolutely we did.
So do you think your association with the corporation changes the purity of the sport in any way?
Oh, if anything, more pure. Just like the pure, refreshing taste of Ice Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've written a few slogans and directed a few promos and offered them up to Ice Mountain.
You know, 60% of the human body is water. Make it good water. Ice Mountain.
Hi, I'm Max Wolter, coach of the world champion Nimrod Giant Ski Team. Experts say the wars of the future will be fought over water, especially delicious Ice Mountain water. Okay, Paul, what the f is this?
So it looks like you're just looking to cash in at this point. What's next? A Nimrod NFT?
That's a f***ing great idea.
Rick Peters skis in the 5th position. Here's more with the captain. Giant Ski has given a lot to you, but you've made it a point to give back as well. Tell us about that.
I started the Little Giants program to get kids off the streets and onto skis.
Okay, if we get the other kids in here, you know, Little Giants is going to be a big thing. Okay, there, and we get up. Oh, what? He's up there, and then I need one more up front here, and then we'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to. When are we? Come on. I can't. You just. Oh, come on, it's giant ski. It's giant ski.
That must be really rewarding.
You know, with Little Giants, I wanted to show kids that their dreams could come true if their dreams relied heavily on the success of 5 other people.
In 6th position, Scott Toshner, the newest Nimrod and the hardest to track down. So Scott, you're the newest addition to the Nimrod roster. Is there a lot of pressure that comes with joining a team with such a record of success?
Oh yeah, wow. Thanks for bringing that up. It's something I think about pretty much all the time.
You must have been excited when you got the call to join.
Yeah, excited is what I felt. Also sweaty, a little anxious, nauseous. There's a lot of pressure involved with being a Nimrod.
Pressure indeed. The Nimrods approach giant ski like any elite athletes, accepting nothing less than first place.
As far as we know, we're the only giant ski team with a year-round training program.
I mean, at the end of the day, skiing takes a ton of training. I mean, if you want to be in that elite echelon, you should model yourself after the Nimrods and the paces they put themselves through.
The Nimrods are out there flying around on their custom Garben goalies. Those things are flown in from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, early on, we had our own pair of custom practice skis made by famed Luxembourgian ski maker Heinrich Garbengoli. That's obviously given us a massive edge.
We're on those skis year round. I mean, practicing constantly, day in, day out, sometimes at night, you know. The other teams, they can't keep up with us.
We rotate the locations of our training practices so other teams can't get footage of what we're up to. A lot of our methods are very secretive.
To us, diet is huge, and it's always about lean and green. You know, the greener it is, the better. I mean, look at my fridge right now. I've got mounds of quinoa. Did you know that's a total protein, by the way? Beans, we're talking about kale out the galore. Kale smoothies, we're talking about wild rice. I mean, you know, salmon right up from Lake Superior, trout, venison. But you know what you really need to wash it down with?
Is it Ice Mountain water?
Ice Mountain water, baby.
Yeah, you know, we've lost some team members over the years, people who couldn't handle it. A lot of folks look at giant ski and they think, oh, it's just like a fun novelty ski event, but you know, that couldn't be farther from the truth. We are constantly in pursuit of 6-man perfection on those skis.
You know, they say a mother bear, if it even senses a little bit of scent of human on its cubs, it won't take them back. Well, Max is like that with team members. Any hint of failure, and they're out.
What's the question?
Winning is fun, sure, but winning is not the point. Wanting to win is the point. That's a quote from my fellow coaching great Pat Summitt. I actually have that tattooed on my back.
Wow, yeah, you must love that quote, huh?
Yeah, but mostly just because I lost a bet to Pat Summitt in 2007.
If you're a Nimrod, you're committing to a grueling training program.
You know, Max is an innovator, and he tries to get us as much practice time as we can. He even has us traveling back and forth between time zones so that we can get that extra hour.
Yeah, it's called time doping, and I invented it, and for now, it's totally legal.
That hard work and sacrifice translated to huge success for the Nimrods, both on and off the snow. They were the biggest name in giant ski, and reaping the rewards that come with that.
In the 80s, it was the Islanders, back-to-back-to-back cups. In the 90s, the Bulls were wearing the rings. In the 2000s, Brady and the Pats, all them Lombardis. In the 2010s, that was dominated by the Nimrod ski team.
What does it take to be a champion? They've won it 4 times. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you know, and it's been unreal. At one point, we made the cover of Giant Ski Today 9 months in a row. As far as I know, that's a record.
The whole town of Hayward caught Nimrod fever, and I've never seen anything like it.
This is our famous Nimrod dog. It's a hot dog with cream cheese, bacon, and jalapeno on it. And these are the 4 rings, hopefully 5, that the Nimrods have already taken home. We love the Nimrods at Bomb Dog.
We're actually considering inducting them into the Fishing Hall of Fame. Mostly because they're mostly fishing for compliments. So
the Nimrods became such a big deal here at the Whistle Punk that breweries started naming beers after them. Beers came out like the Peter's Porter. It's dark and mysterious like the Nimrod's Captain. This one's popular around town, especially with the ladies. You got the Kujala Kolsch. This one speaks for itself. And the crown jewel is the Nimrod 3P Pale Ale. This one's guaranteed to get a victory this year.
Yeah, it's a little weird the first time someone stops and asks you for your autograph, but it sure is awesome.
It's actually cute. Jimmy, smile.
It's all about those fans and that energy.
Hey, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate that stuff.
Oh yeah, fans are great. Love them.
Hey to the Nimrod Giant Ski Team. This is Jessie Diggins. I just want to let you know, big fan. I feel like we've both been training very, very hard.
I always knew Jimmy was destined for big things. After the 4th championship, we decided to see how far this thing could go. We had some sweet merch made up. You can buy some Team Kujala merchandise for $55 here. If you order 2 shirts, you get a mug for an additional $35.
Yeah, those Nimrod guys came in and they said they needed wax, but they needed giant ski wax. We just basically took all of our old wax shavings and poured them right into this bucket for them so they can get going real good. Yeah, they were really happy with this wax, but unfortunately they never paid us. The guy with the beard told me to send a bill to Ice Mountain, whatever that means.
Giant ski groupies? Yeah, that's totally a thing.
Okay, who's your favorite Nimrod?
Aaron. I just like a bad boy, you know.
Really?
The Nimrods really have been good for business. They've brought in additional attention. They've encouraged other teams to step up and try to win. But you know, they really are a little too competitive.
Giant ski is really intense, but family comes first.
Wait. Which one of them said that family comes first?
Nimrod's a lifestyle. It's an attitude. You know, you gotta live, breathe, and sleep it.
You know, I've been skiing a lot of years, and I've seen quite a few champions, and I've seen them come and go. And they're here for a year or two, and then they're gone, and they become old men. And who knows what they're doing. But one thing is constant, and that's the Nimrods. Those giant skiers, there's just nothing like them.
But in the cutthroat world of giant ski, your past accomplishments don't guarantee that the good times will last. Are you ready to talk about 2022?
I don't know if I'll ever really be ready to talk about 2022, but we agreed to do it for this project, didn't we?
It was an awful night, but it was the start of our relationship with Ice Mountain.
Before the race, some people were saying that the Nimrods sold out by accepting a sponsorship from Ice Mountain Water.
How's it selling out? Doctor's #1 piece of advice to people is to drink more water. And if you're going to drink more water, why not drink Ice Mountain water?
Seems like there were a lot of distractions headed into the 2022 race between the Ice Mountain sponsorship and the launch of some kind of new app.
Yeah, we launched the My Nimrod fan experience app that week, available in the Apple Store and the Play Store, by the way. Go and get that. It's just another way to connect with our fans. Really positive user experience, and you know, most of what you've heard about data harvesting is completely false.
I actually hadn't heard anything about data harvesting.
Oh, okay. Maybe just like cut out the part where I said that then.
And did all these distractions affect the team performance?
It's easy to say that, you know, but we have always thrived in the spotlight. You know, if you do this long enough, there's going to be a target on your back.
So walk us through what happened at the 2022 competition.
Yeah, you know, we felt really good about the roster that year. A lot of power, a lot of talent on those skis.
The practice run was great. We actually felt as synced up as we were in that historical 2015 run.
Jimmy just couldn't stop talking about how good he felt about the team that year.
I felt ready. At least I thought I was ready.
Giant ski race day, when the Nimrods are coming down the street, well, you just feel the electricity, you know, feel the ground shaking.
It was a small field of competition, you know, a bunch of jabronis, cakewalk. You know, I went on True Social and actually posted that. LOL.
The way the event works is the first round is qualifying. Teams go head to head, each race one time, and then the top 2 times will then face off head to head against each other in the final round.
We have a saying on the team, the hay is in the barn, which means, you know, we've done the work, we've put in the time, we've put in the practice, now we just need to execute, get to the finals.
Let's rev them up a little bit. Let's get it going. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go. They're calling it out. The Nimrods have got organization, structure.
Are they saying Ice Mountain?
We've got experience and strength on the track.
I don't know what a runaway looks like, but I think I'm starting to get an idea.
Oh yeah, we felt really good about that run. But more importantly, the executives at Ice Mountain really felt good about that run.
We always expect the Nimrods to make the finals, and they did that year, but they were not the fastest team that year.
It was a good run. You know, it was conservative, but you know, that's intentional. You don't want to have a fall in the qualifying run and risk your shot at the finals.
But another team had a faster qualifying run, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if you're just basing that on like the race time, no, we weren't the fastest, but a lot of the giant ski metrics were actually pointing to us having the stronger run.
The Nimrods found themselves behind a familiar foe.
Of course, the other team, they put up a good qualifying run. But we've beaten them in the finals the 2 previous years.
Are they our nemesis? I don't think you can say that. I don't think, you know, I think we're their nemesis. If they are going to be our nemesis, they need to have more titles than that.
When we saw the time the other team put up, I admit I got some butterflies in my stomach. That's when things started to get real.
After the second fastest time in the qualifying round, the Nimrods were facing their toughest challenge since the winter of 2017's race.
Have any of you watched the footage since that night?
Skiers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
A little bit of a shaky start.
Oh, here you can see us catching up.
Okay, so you can see here we're about 3 or 4 feet ahead, about a quarter of a ski length with 30 yards to go. You know, we're looking really strong at this point.
That's shit right there.
That's pretty much the nightmare scenario right there. I think I'm done.
The whole downtown just went silent. The Nimrods fell in the finals. Unbelievable.
A fall at that stage of the race, you just can't come back from it, which really sucks because I had a lot riding on that race.
You've heard the saying, you can't win them all, but honestly, up until this point, we pretty much had won them all. And that's what made this hurt so bad.
I don't know what exactly happened. I went down. I think I was pushed or something.
Remember, it's all about the team. We win as a team, and when Scott falls down, we lose as a team.
A lot of people are saying we won that race. If you look at the qualifying times and everything else, there's no way we lost that race.
But Scott, you fell right before the finish line. The other team got across first. Everyone saw it.
But a lot of people saw it differently, and they tell me that we won. We won. We won. We won.
I'm not sure how you can take that position. Doesn't it undercut the entire sport if you can't accept the results?
The corruption in giant ski is like you wouldn't believe. A lot of information is going to come out about what happened that night.
Okay, what? When? When is this all going to come out?
We won. That's what you need to know.
Scott, it honestly sounds like this is kind of consuming you at this point.
Well, now you just sound like my therapist, and she doesn't know the truth either.
Despite baseless objections and a formal complaint to the International Giant Ski Governing Board, there was no change in the outcome of the race. The Nimrods found themselves in unfamiliar territory. Not first place. So where are the Nimrods today?
That loss was tough. You know, everyone kind of dealt with it in their own way.
Kathy, could I get another one?
Paul, I think you've had enough.
Come on, just one more, please.
I suppose. Just one.
skiing again!
Rick vanished after the race, which wasn't all that uncommon, but after 2 months of not hearing from him, we started to get worried.
He wasn't answering calls or texts, so we just figured he rode off into the sunset.
Yeah, we couldn't find Rick, but then we remember that he had the My Nimrod fan experience app on his phone, and once we tapped into that, we were able to find him pretty quickly.
Is that because of the personal data harvesting?
We were able to find him. Let's just focus on what's important here.
That time in isolation was important. I spent so much time being part of a 6-person team, you know. I honestly just kind of forgot about that 1-person team.
Well, this is a really big choice for Rick. I mean, he's sitting with offers from every major network to be a giant ski commentator. I mean, all of us are really hoping he's just got one more left in him.
You know, I actually did retire for a few weeks, and I unretired, so I am coming back for this next year.
Rick Peters broke the Tom Brady record for the quickest retirement reversal. 1 bag of chips, and he's back on the kale.
The newest Nimrod, Scott, seemed to be taking the loss hardest.
It's another Nimrod practice day, but apparently Scott's not coming. Just got a text from him that says, practice site is too close to cell tower. Just found out G in 5G might stand for giant! Exclamation point. So, yeah, I guess we're going to have to get by without Scott. He's definitely still on the team, but is not showing up to practices anymore. So this is getting a little bit out of hand.
Scott, it's been almost a year now since the 2022 race. Have you come to peace with what's happened?
How do you come to peace with a conspiracy theory that goes all the way to the top?
Okay, so definitely not. Are you still focused on some sort of cheating or foul play?
Oh, it's much more complicated than that. I think it all comes back to Ice Mountain. Is it a coincidence that they are a sponsor for us right before the race? Do you know who owns Ice Mountain? That's right, Nestle. Do you know what else Nestle owns? Gerber. That's right, baby food. Now you tell me, would a company that makes tiny food for tiny babies want to see something giant like Giant Ski succeed?
I'm honestly not really sure how to answer that.
Exactly. I was speechless too.
Jimmy, you've had a lot of success with the Nimrods, yet you're in the prime of your giant ski career. What does the future hold for you?
We'd like to stay with the Nimrods, but sometimes it's bigger than the team.
So what does that mean?
If we're winning, great. But if not, Jimmy always has a chance to go solo.
So just make the transition to normal cross-country skiing?
No, like solo giant ski.
And is that possible?
Sure. A lot of people have had success leaving a group and going solo. Harry Styles, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce. We think Jimmy could be the Beyonce of the giant ski.
Paul, I understand that Ice Mountain has said that they may pull the sponsorship if the Nimrods fail to win a championship this year. Does that seem fair to you?
Of course it does, Dan. Ice Mountain only sponsors winners. And when you make great water, you only associate with winners.
Seems like that might add even more pressure this year.
I understand that, Dan. Everyone understands that. And we're not going to go back to being an amateur giant ski team.
So Max, how are you feeling about the 2023 race?
Yeah, I'm very worried about team chemistry and motivation this year. It's hard coming back from a loss like that.
Aaron, What would a win at the 2023 Giant Ski Championship mean to you?
It would be the ultimate FU to the haters.
Okay, and who are the haters?
The media, the giant ski establishment, anybody rooting against our success.
Wait, you think people are rooting against you?
Well, they're definitely not rooting hard enough for us. I can tell you that.
Scott, what if you lose again this year?
It'll prove how much they're out to get us.
And what if you win?
That would be great.
As the 2023 Berkey approaches, the time for talking is almost over.
Everyone's ready to see the next chapter of the Nimrod saga.
We're ready. We want it. Run the numbers. It's mathematically impossible for anybody to want this more than us.
I mean, when you really look at the overall global perspective, giant skiing is growing like mad. And if it really ends up being as big as we think, we can all say it started right here in Hayward with the Nimrods.
It's hard to talk about our success because sometimes you just can't find the right words.
Thank you.
Always stay hydrated now.
Dominant, juggernaut, unstoppable, dynasty, they all apply.
Hayward needs the Nimrods. We need to have someone we can believe in again.
We've just got to tune out all the distractions and focus on what's important.
You know, when those kids come running up to you and you hear that little voice say, I want to be a Nimrod, there is just really nothing better.
Yeah, I get sort of a metallic taste in my mouth when I think about giant ski, but Max says that's what success tastes like.
Yeah, we want to win, but also, right?
You hear people toss around the phrase GOAT all the time now in sports, but that's us. We are the giantest of all time.
If you were wondering how that race went for the Nimrods,
Nimrod Nation!
champions, once again and forever.
After many hours of watching Nimrod practices and paying $200 to watch these races, it's been phenomenal.
Those races are free.
What the I've been buying these tickets from GiantSkiTix.com.
And I've been monetizing this in a number of ways. I have a GiantSki.com, I have GiantSkiTix.com, GiantSkiUK.com, and most recently GiantSkiFeet.com. These are great ways to bring in extra revenue.
What? Now this site's just an ad for Ice Mountain.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my sites.
It's a very big season, and I just want to let you know that I am cheering for you. It takes a lot of coordination, and this is going to be a very, very fun event. And we're both going to be competing around the same time. So I'll be cheering for you. I hope it's super, super fun, and go raise a lot of money for charity. This is awesome.
You should follow him on Instagram. We post
Yeah, okay. But we've beaten them in the blah, 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 blah. Hang on.
As a skier, a coach, and even an analyst. I gotta start over.
I thought that was good.
I didn't get analyst out right.
I mean, there's ways to pronounce that word worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, just don't be too dramatic. Just
well.
Okay, just go for it.
Yeah. I got the idea from Belichick. That guy's hilarious.
We were also very close to locking in a deal with a quilt shop that my aunt owns.
And we have now won 4 times. It's getting a little suspicious. We may test their skis this year. It's hard to say.
So if I called you a little bitch, I forgot it.
I had it right too. All right.
It's going to be really difficult for both of Jessica. It's going to be really hard for both of us to just stare at each other stone-faced.
All those rooting against our success, Russia, those in spandex on the little skis, right? We've got Minnesota, we've got Michigan, part of Canada is in on it too.
Can I just take this?
I could keep going on. You want me to go on? I'll go on. Okay. We've got Coors Light, Aquafina, the mayor of Hayward. That's 11. Do you want me to keep going?
And I thought, and I got to redo that one.
We've got the people flying around on the fat tire bikes. Okay. We've got the people riding the normal bikes. Heck, we've got rollerbladers. You know, there's actually summer skiers that are hating on us.
Joke.
Okay, do it again.
You know, I've been suspicious of flying squirrels watching our practice. You know, they talk with the snowshoe hares. I mean, let's get real here.
I'm already gonna mess it up.
The Bears are sleeping, so I don't have to worry about them. But that's a Chicago thing.
Or are they?
But are they? We don't know.
It's Paul! Oh my goodness.
Hey there, young lady. Would you like an ice mountain?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Would you like a few more ice mountains?
Yes, please.
Oh no. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just say it like you mean it.
I mean, when you start to think about what it takes to reach that pinnacle, I mean, you think about the Nimrods. Look what they've done.
Quote from my fellow coaching great Pat Summick.
Oh! Stop. What's the line again?
I'm gonna blame the beer on that one. I was so close. I need more. Is it still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Calvin. A little harder. I mean,
Yeah, you can go harder than that.
that'll work, I think.